Welcome to my fourth and final video about helping nature spirits with the violet flame. As I mentioned in my last few videos, there are four kinds of elementals: fiery salamanders, sylphs, undines, and gnomes. Today I'll be speaking about the gnomes, who are the nature spirits of the earth element. I'll also reveal my last couple of tips on how you can build a relationship with the elementals. Just like the other elementals, the gnomes help us to keep the earth clean and purified. The word gnome comes from the writings of Paracelsus, the 16th century physician and alchemist I have mentioned before. And it has a Greek root that means earth dweller. So what do the gnomes look like? Many gnomes are short and impish, like the one you can see in this picture. But not all gnomes look like this. Virgo and Pillar, the supervisors of the gnomes, gave this description of the gnomes and the work they do. The beings you call gnomes, whose image has been dwarfed in the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and other fairy tales, actually range in size from 3-inch high elves playing in the grasses to the 3-foot dwarfs, all the way to the hierarchies of the mountains who attend the great hall of the Mountain King and Queen, glimpsed by Grieg and portrayed in his musical tribute to the special gnomes of Norway and the Norsemen. They are giants in the elemental kingdom of the earth. The mighty gnomes are gentle and merciful. Kuthumi, a great ascended master, once explained, "The gnomes, although scarce recognized by the average Westerner, yet made known to the Irish as the little people, or as mischievous fairies called leprechauns, do exist and impart in the mineral kingdom a wonderful quality of spiritual radiance which passes through the consciousness of the elemental's own being, directly from the sun parents of the system Helios and Vesta. The gnomes are charged with the responsibility of administering the divine pattern for each rock, precious stone, and element of mineral life." The gnomes are very diligent and hard-working elementals. They care for the earth element and all that's involved in this job, like enriching the soil and bringing about the formation of minerals and physical elements found in the earth. They protect and maintain the form and texture of plants, trees, grass, and flowers, basically everything that's produced in the earth. Mark Prophet, the founder of the Summit Lighthouse, which is a spiritual organization, said the following: "I have become aware that every single manifestation in nature is presided over by elementals, that there is no flower growing anywhere, not even a blade of grass, that does not have an elemental presiding over it. Billions of gnomes tend the earth each and every day, and through the 4 seasons of the year. They see to it that all living things are supplied with whatever they need on a daily basis. Whatever waste and byproducts humans produce is taken care of by the gnomes. They purge the earth with pollutants and poisons that are dangerous to humans and animals, like pesticides, acid rain, nuclear radiation, industrial effluvium, and toxic waste. Besides cleaning up the waste and pollutants mankind produce, they also need to deal with energetic levels of discord and negativity from mankind. Have you ever thought about everything that takes place both physically and energetically on the surface of Mother Earth? All of the killing of people and animals, war, rape, torture, and so on, plus negative emotions like anger, gossip, and discord create an accumulation of negative energy that burdens the earth and the elementals. So you can see how valuable and important the gnomes are for all of us, and especially for Mother Earth. Alright, let's take a look at the testimony by someone who can actually see the elementals. "I used to have a little gnome help me wash dishes and pots. Before he ever started, he had spent a long time sitting on a small shelf watching me. Upon noticing him, I asked him what he was doing there and what his name was. 'My name is Ramus, and I'm tough as nails, and I am watching you do the dishes.' I asked, 'Why don't you come down and help me?' He said, 'Because you haven't asked me to.' Isn't this a funny story and amazing as well? We learn once again that we need to ask the elementals to help us with our tasks, otherwise they won't do it. In the earlier videos in this series, I spoke about the problems elementals face. They are easily manipulated, they mirror mankind's emotions, black magicians manipulate them, and the weather, and millions of them have been imprisoned in animal bodies. Another big issue is the increasing karmic weight of mankind upon Earth. The elementals have to bear that burden. If we don't help them, then at some point they really don't have another choice but to throw off that weight from their shoulders. This can result in fires, floods, droughts, earthquakes, hurricanes, and tornadoes. These natural disasters can also come about because sometimes the gnomes are not allowed to help us. This happens when a certain percentage of karma has to return to us in the form of meteorological disturbances, so that we collectively can learn from our actions and the misuse of nature that people are prone to. As you can see, they desperately need our help and our love. Let's help them so they can help us. Let's look now at the 2 last tips on how to build a relationship with the elementals from the book Working with the Masters, Book 3 of the Sacred Adventure series. Teach the elementals to sing and decree with you. I know it sounds a bit crazy, but if you believe that the elementals really exist, even though you can't see them, the idea isn't that crazy at all. As I said in my earlier videos, the elementals are like children. Call them to come to you and just imagine that they are sitting right in front of you on their little gnome chairs. Then teach them what you're doing and invite them to decree or sing along with you. The last tip is very logical, but we often forget. Keep your thoughts positive and always loving. Do you like to be around a grumpy or resentful person? No? Then you can imagine that the elementals don't like it either. Imagine the big positive cloud of energy you're creating when you're sending out love and positive thoughts constantly. This will attract the elementals. Now imagine using the violet flame on their behalf. They will love you for it and will just stay around you as much as possible. Human beings consider themselves to be pretty independent, and the majority of us doesn't care about elementals or even about God. But when the elementals fail to hold the balance of the climate on Earth, and we experience sudden droughts and the crops stop growing, people realize that they are not as independent as they thought. Oromesis and Diana, the supervisors of the fire element, said that the planet Earth cannot be saved without the elementals, and they urgently need our help to save Earth. You can start helping the elementals right here and now and build a relationship with them. You can begin by visualizing the gnomes who are working with the gardens and plants, the forests and the fields. Visualize millions of them around the big mountain ranges of the Earth and growing minerals and crystals. Then see them being bathed and soothed by the violet flame, dancing and happy. They will so appreciate your support and help. To help them even more, you can give this simple call every day on their behalf. Charge the violet flame into the 4 elements in the name of the I Am that I Am. I call forth the intense action of the violet transmuting flame around every salamander, sylph, undine, and gnome. Saturate the 4 elements, fire, air, water, and earth, with the violet flame this day, all according to God's holy will. Amen. All content of this video series has been taken from the books How to Work with Nature Spirits and Working with the Ascended Masters Sacred Adventure Series Book 3, as well as from the Summit Lighthouse Encyclopedia. I'll add the links to the 3 sources below this video. Links included in this video might be affiliate links. If you purchase a product or service with the links that I provide, I may receive a small commission. This helps me to continue providing you with free content. I'd love to hear your feedback. Maybe you have seen the gnomes, or maybe you can feel their presence. Do you have an experience with them that you'd like to share? Leave me a comment below this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for your interest and have a great violet flame day.